A local woman dives the world's oceans to research marine life and fight climate change. Now, she says her love of being in the water started when she was just 3 years old. So Dr. Gaynus joins me now to talk more about her passion for science. And I will tell you, I'm absolutely intrigued because this is so not me. But good morning, and thanks for starting your morning with us.
Good morning. Good morning.
So sharks and all that kind of stuff terrify me. I'm the living, breathing stereotype. So how did you know that you wanted to do this, even so young?
I always liked the water. I've always loved the water. I started swimming when I was 3. I actually went to daycare at the YMCA in Roxborough, and they provided swim lessons. But I didn't realize I could make a career out of that, right? And it wasn't until high school and then really college where I was like, wait, there are folks out here studying the ocean, like getting paid to do this. And that was kind of the nail in the coffin for me.
Okay, so I learned to swim at the Roxborough Y. Remember when they had all those levels, like you went from whatever it was on up to shark through the levels, and we took really different courses, really different tracks. But what are some of the places amazing that you've gotten to travel and swim for work?
Well, I do my research in Moorea. It's in the island right next to Tahiti in the South Pacific. I've been there a number of times, 9 to be exact. But I've also been to Indonesia. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to Spain. I've been very fortunate to travel a lot for work and just experience so many different just ecosystems and especially in the ocean too, right? Sometimes we think the ocean is just like one and it's uniform, but it's so diverse. And I learned something new in all of these places, which to me is great.
Getting to travel the world, doing something that you love to do. That's amazing. You said work a couple different times. What is it specifically that you're working on?
So right now I study coral reefs, and you hear a lot coral reefs are not doing well. Usually that means you have a coral dominated state or a coral reef with a lot of different types of corals transitioning to algae. And I study, why is algae so successful? Why is it able to optimize this space? Do we have the same amount of resources, which usually we don't? So I look at things how overfishing or increases in nutrients, as well as changes in how sediments are deposited in coral reefs affect these communities.
You're almost making me want to do this.
You should. You should. We need a lot of brilliant minds.
Almost. And you give me too much credit. Now, so one of the challenges, though, is that there really aren't many Black in general, but Black female marine biologists. Why do you think that is, and what, if anything, can we do about it?
I realize that it's exclusion. I talk with people in my community, being, like you said, a Black woman. A lot of my community are Black people, Black women, women of color in general. And it's not that we're not interested in these things, right? Even you yourself were talking about how, well, this is interesting. Yeah. Unfortunately, though, just because of historical practices, we haven't had the opportunities to explore these career trajectories. And it's unfortunate because science would only benefit, right, from having a more diverse group of people helping to solve these problems.
So part of what you do is kind of sharing that information. So where can, developing, growing scientists like yourself get more information on resources, fellowship, to try to break down some of these barriers?
I'm actually a part of a group called Black in Marine Science. We started last year as a week after the events around Mr. Cooper, who was bird watching in Central Park. You saw Black Birders Week came out, and it was just, a way for them to show, hey, as Black people, we can study birds. We are here. We're changing the narrative of who is a scientist, right? And so we wanted to do something similar for Black in marine science, or Black scientists in general. And so we started as a week, and now we've grown to a nonprofit. Folks can go to blackandmarinescience.org. We have a lot of information there. If you are interested and you are a person of color, we have a members only section. We have newsletters. We also have a Padlet that has, the last time I checked, it had like 50 opportunities, all paid. And they range from speaking engagements to internships to full-blown jobs and career positions.
So we're gonna have what we're gonna have to do is get all this up on our website so people can take a minute to kind of look through it and apply as they see fit.
Yes.
But I thank you for starting your morning with us. This was cool. You're breaking down barriers and traveling the world. You have a good one. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you.
You take care.